Hi friends, my name is Emily and this is The Self-Help Chef. I believe that food is the ultimate connection to all things mental, physical, and spiritual. This series is all about how to navigate important self-help topics while making delicious plant-based food. Food is the source of community, important discussion, family, and so much more. I encourage everyone to cook along with me and my guests while we talk candidly and openly about everything health and wellness.
Hi friends, my name is Emily and welcome to The Self-Help Chef. Today I'm very excited because I always get the one question from people, maybe somebody I've just met or a friend, and they always ask me what my favorite thing to cook is. And the thing that I always answer is curry. So today we're actually making my favorite thing to cook, and we are talking about getting out of our comfort zones. And the way we're gonna be doing that today is we're gonna be making our own curry paste. So it's gonna be super fun, super interactive, really vulnerable, trying new things with you guys. So get all of your ingredients together and let's get started. So in front of me are a bunch of different spices, a bunch of different classic ingredients. We have some garlic cloves here. I have a lot because I love garlic. So if you don't like garlic this much, don't use as much. I would say use about 3 to 4 cloves. I have a lot more than that and I'm not gonna count. I'm just gonna like throw it in there because I love garlic. I gotta smell this because I kind of forget everything that I laid out here. So we have some curry spice here. I know for a fact that this is chili powder. This is some cumin. Oh yeah, this is cumin. This is tomato paste, which is a really good umami flavor. So we're gonna add that to our curry. Some turmeric here, some fresh ginger, and I don't know if this is curry paste. Oh, coriander. This is coriander. So I promise guys, I know my spices. And then this is some shallots. I like shallots just because it's a more pungent flavor than onions, and then some white vinegar here. And then in the back, we have black peppercorns and full fennel seeds, as well as some dry chilies. We're gonna toast these and get some really nice aromas out of them. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this up on high. When I stop my pan and when I know everything is toasted is when I can smell the aroma of the peppercorns and the fennel seeds and the chilies really easily. And you can start to hear the popping sounds of spices as well. So it's always really important to use all of your senses when you're toasting spices. So we're just gonna swirl these around a little bit, make sure that everything's getting nice and heated. So today I'm talking about getting out of your comfort zone because I think it's really important to discuss, especially after a pandemic. I know we're still in the midst of things, but we're starting to see the light, right? So I have noticed myself that it's been really hard for me to get out and try new things and just be more extroverted after being stuck inside for a year and a half, 2 years. And so everybody always hears that it's so important to get outside of your comfort zone. There's always these memes that are like, this is you, this is your comfort zone, this is like success or whatever. So it's a topic that we all know, and it's something that we all know that we need to do, but sometimes we don't really know how. Once you find out how to do it, it's really easy and it makes it kind of like a game and it makes it fun. You get to experience new things, new people, and find out things about yourself that you never maybe knew about yourself before. So you can start to see the color of the fennel seeds are changing. Let's smell it. Not there yet. I can smell the pepper. I can't quite smell everything. So we're gonna keep it on the stove a little bit longer. It really only takes about 2 minutes to toast something. And this adds so much to curry paste you wouldn't even know. Toasting your seeds, toasting your spices is just, it's fun and it really makes a difference in your flavors. Okay, yes, I can definitely smell that pepper. You can start to see it smoke a little bit and you can see the color has changed significantly. And it's getting a little smoky. So we're gonna take that off. We're gonna try to pour these in here. If I miss some seeds, forgive me. Careful. That was me trying to show off a little bit, and obviously I lost some seeds. So the rest we're gonna just scoop in here. So cute, our our seasoned spices here, and we're just gonna add it. I have a little NutriBullet, and this is all you need. If you had like a Vitamix or something really powerful, you could also use that, but we are making a paste which isn't a lot of substance, so it's not gonna need something so big such as a blender or a food processor. So that's why I love using a little NutriBullet, and it's easy to clean up too. I mean, I hate cleaning up, so it's good for me. So we're just gonna start adding in all of the spices. So in goes our chili powder, our curry, our cumin, that's a whole tablespoon. You wanna really, really be able to smell that. Our coriander, we're gonna add in our fresh gingers. Let's count how many garlics I put in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 cloves of garlic may be too much for somebody who's not crazy about garlic like me. So if you're not putting 7, put 4, and it'll still taste delicious. We have a teaspoon of turmeric. We're gonna put our tomato paste in. I like to add our shallots at the very end because it's the thing that's gonna reach the blender or the blade first when we flip it over. We're also gonna add in our white vinegar, and we are going to close this puppy, give it a little shake, and we're gonna see what happens. So I'm gonna add some veggie stock actually, because I don't want to water down the curry paste. And with blenders, things tend to get stuck and stuff, but you can see it's starting to get blended up and it's starting to look amazing. If you wanna go in with like a spatula and kind of stir things up, I totally recommend doing that, and the smell is so good. So we're gonna add a little bit of that. Okay, so we'll do one more time, just to make sure everything's getting in there. It smells amazing. It'll clear your sinuses for sure. We're gonna taste it. So I'm gonna get a little spoon. Let's give it a little taste. It's very potent, so just baby bit, baby. Yes, and that is incredible. It's not gonna be as perfect as you would if you had done this a million times, if this was your comfort zone, but trying something new is always amazing, and it makes you realize things about yourself like, oh, I didn't know I could make curry paste. This is cool. I'm gonna do this again, and it's gonna be better and better and better. I mean, guys, can you believe we just made that from scratch? And so that is our base. That is our star of our curry, because every curry needs curry paste, right? So here are our veggies. Again, add whatever you want, but these are my favorite. We're gonna start by cutting our peppers first. It's really simple how to cut a pepper. I want to cut it into strips because it's just easier to eat that way. So that is one vegetable. The other vegetable is my favorite vegetable. I love, love, love eggplant. It's just so versatile. It's just, I don't know, I could go on and on about it. So what we're gonna do, I'm sure you've heard my rants about eggplant, so I'm not gonna bore you with it. But what we're gonna do is, because this eggplant is he's a little wrinkly, but we're not gonna discriminate him for it. We're just gonna peel his skin off. We are going to sprinkle it with salt, and then we're going to let the moisture come out, kind of present itself. And so after the moisture comes out, we can pat the eggplant dry, and then we can start putting it in our curry mixture. And I like my eggplants in my curry to be chunks as well. I don't want it to be too big of a bite, so that's why I cut it in half again, so it's not too much. And comfort zones, right? We're talking about comfort zones. especially through Hell's Kitchen, that the best piece of advice that I've learned about getting out of your comfort zone is that you should always put yourself in a situation where at least 2 or 3 people are better than you. Because it pushes you to be better, it pushes you to be vulnerable. And I didn't know that's what I was doing when I went on to Hell's Kitchen or went on to that type of competition show. I learned it later because I took it as going in as a learning experience, and if I get the first week, then that's great. But if I get kicked out the first week, then that's okay too. And I learned when I got there, oh my God, there are a million head chefs and sous chefs, and I'm just a baby line cook, so what am I doing here? But later I learned that because I was out of my comfort zone and because there were so many people who were better than me, it pushed me to be more fearless, and it pushed me to get out of my comfort zone and try something new and figure out stuff about myself, like I can make a good curry. So I really encourage you to, whenever you're doing something new, whether in your job or your hobbies, just always make sure, take a friend who's really good at the thing you're trying. Be challenged and be okay with being vulnerable and not being the best one. So I think that was something that's really important that I've learned about getting outside of your comfort zone. All right, so the tofu that we're using for our curry is hard tofu, just because we want it to remain stable while we're making our curry. So always, first step, if you've never worked with tofu before, we're gonna drain it. I have my handy dandy tofu press here, and we are going to press out all of the moisture. In another one of my videos, I've talked about a way you can press tofu if you don't have a tofu press. All you have to do is just get some paper towel, put it, layer it with, say this is paper towel, tofu, paper towel, and just press it with a couple of plates or another cutting board, just to make sure you're getting all of that moisture out. So we have my tofu press. These are the little holes that are going to make it easy to drain the tofu. And so we're gonna put our tofu in here, and here's our press, and we're just gonna go for it. Press it all out. And it should be draining. Oh yeah. That's so fun. Get all your anchor out in the tofu. All right. So we've pressed our tofu. Not a lot of, oh yeah, a lot of liquid has come out, so that's good. We're gonna push it to the side. And we're gonna use all of this today. So, how I cut my tofu into cubes is I'm going to cut it in half, so all the way down, set one to the side, and then I'm going to try to evenly cut it. Tofu isn't always even, so if you don't get even squares, then that's totally okay. All right, so we've waited for our eggplant to release its moisture. So we're going to get a paper towel and we're going to drain it. And there we go, we got all the moisture out. And so it's going to now, because it's so spongy, it's gonna soak up all the flavor of the curry, which is exactly what we want. And over here, we have some coconut milk, some vegetable broth, and some sticky rice. So the sticky rice we're gonna save for plating. But for now, we are going to make our curry. So brought over my curry paste as well. So sesame oil, I just use it because it cooks really well with Asian food, and it brings a really nice aroma and a nice base for all of your vegetables. So we're just gonna coat the pot in some sesame oil, and we're gonna turn the heat on high because we have some vegetables that are high in water content. So it's totally fine to throw in those vegetables. We're gonna saute them first, and we're gonna wait until we hear that sizzle. And then we're going to add in our eggplant. And we are not going to add in our tofu until the very end because tofu is super delicate, and it can break apart really easily. We don't want our amazing cubes that we just made to fall apart. They're saying, yay, we're being used for curry. Thank you. It's like the best. If I was a vegetable, I would want to be used for curry. So, my next life, if I'm a vegetable, please put me in a curry. And remember, eggplant is going in next because it's very spongy. It's gonna take up a lot of moisture, so we just wanna get a nice crust on it. We wanna get that flavor out. All right, they're starting to brown. They're starting to smell really, really nice. We are going to add in our curry paste. We're gonna toss our veggies. So I'm just grabbing a spoon and I'm gonna put it I guess at least a teaspoon in. I'll probably add more later. And I'm just going to toss toss the veggies in it. And it smells so good, guys. It smells so freaking good. This is why I love curry. All right, so we have our coconut milk. We're not gonna use all of this. I've already turned my heat to a low or a simmer. And then we're gonna put in our vegetable stock. So I have bay leaf here in my parents' amazing spice rack. Thank you, parents, for letting me use your kitchen. We're gonna do about 3 bay leaves. So bay leaves just add a really nice aroma to a soup, a sauce. It's just really great to use. We can handle spice around here. So a nice heaping tablespoon, and we're just gonna stir it in because I want that color of the curry to be like a red. I want that curry paste to come through. Guys, this is it. So now we're just gonna let it simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes, let it reduce. And Steve, who's filming this, loves the word reduce. So I had to add it in there. And then we're going to check it, we're gonna taste it, and then we're gonna go from there. This is thickened up and the color is there. It's a nice red curry and it smells amazing. And so we are going to give it a taste. Be careful because it's spicy. Have a glass of water or milk nearby. Okay, it's really good. It's ready. So we're gonna add in our tofu, our cute little chunks that we've prepared beforehand, because it's a good source of protein, and in my opinion, tofu is the best. So we're just gonna stir that in here. We got out of our comfort zone with making this curry paste and it has turned out amazing. I'm never using store-bought curry paste again. So here's our finished curry. We are going to plate. This is sticky rice. I like using sticky rice the best because it just holds on to our curry really nicely. I'm gonna ladle on our goodies. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm so pumped. You see that it's fresh out of the pan. It's very, very hot. So proceed with caution. And you can see our eggplant has nice and broken down. All right, let's go in. Honestly, it needs more salt. So we're gonna salt it. Where's the salt? Always being honest. We're gonna give it a little bit of salt. Oh, hot. Yes. I just needed that little sprinkle of salt. And it's really good, guys. So the full recipe will be in my description. And the last piece of advice that I want to give you about getting out of your comfort zone is don't think about how you're getting out of your comfort zone. And I know it's easier said than done, but what I do is I count to 3 when I'm really scared of doing something. Like sometimes I'm scared of filming, sometimes I'm scared of being in front of camera, but I think about it I let myself think about it for like 5 minutes. Okay, I'm scared. I don't want to get out of my comfort zone. This is like something new. And then I count to 3 and I go 3, 2, 1. All right, go for it. And I just dive head first. And once I started to do that was when I started to realize that getting out of your comfort zone helps you figure out things about yourself. It helps push yourself and it helps make yourself better. So I encourage you to make this curry, get outside of your comfort zone, and remember you are loved, you are important, and we will see you for the next episode.